5 минут и будет звук. Ладно. Пока чаек заваривается, можно будет немножко покачаться. Кусь. Прям кусь за ляжку. Ам-мам-мам-мам. Нужны деньги, нужны связи. Охотники за стелларными или ровны. И не браузер откроешь? Нет? Да выключаться уже. Проблема у них. Настройка карточек. Новенькое добавили. Решение для смартфона. Добавили чехольчики. Совой билетик надо будет собрать. Помощь освоению. Отсюда можно? Он там предложит. Сразу копик полез. Есть кэшбэк? Нет, нету. Мгм. Нету. Можно не брать. Вот тут картинки. Уф. Куда ты? М. Мне надо добить 25 штук и на деньги. Ну что, погнали смотреть. Скин. А если волка заменить на Фиби? М. М. А волка меня именно.
Don't worry, little Cass. Trivia is pretty amazing.
Мгм.
Be of your body and mind, Village, and awaken. Okay. Everything in this world is bleeding. Who's here? Yeah. Embrace a new life.
Да.
Time for a battle. Time to cleanse the filth.
Мгм. 10 штук.
Be of your body and mind. Everything in this world is bleeding. Okay. As you wish. This is double speed. Yeah.
Роза. Мгм.
Time to fulfill.
Она заряжается от утерянных и приобретенных ХП.
This is double speed.
Мгм.
As you wish.
Можно переходить в следующий. За Дэнишкой. Денежки нужно будет много.
Be of your body and mind. Everything in this world is bleeding. This is double speed. Yeah. Embrace a new life. Time to fulfill. Okay. This is double speed. As you wish. Everything in this world
М?
is bleeding. This is double speed. Yeah. Get it together. Root here.
Ник, подроня.
Look, light is coming in.
Так.
Time to cleanse the filth. Okay. You're a stubborn one. Yeah. Everything in this world is bleeding. This is double speed.
Ремикус.
Yeah. Get it together. As you wish. Embrace a new life. May death protect us. Be of your body and mind. This is double speed. Look here. Deliver. Everything in this world
Блин.
is bleeding.
Так на подходе.
Yeah. This is double speed. As you wish. Embrace a new life. May death protect us. This is double speed. Be of your body and mind. This is double speed.
Ну, уже да. Мгм.
Embrace a new life. May death protect us. This is double speed. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Мгм. Мгм.
Time to cleanse the chill. This is double speed. Root here. Everything in this world is bleeding. Embrace a new life. May death protect us. This is double speed. As you wish.
Мгм.
Look, light is coming in. All things cycle through life and death. The end is also the beginning.
Ляды.
The traces we leave in this world will last much longer than death.
Они- Да, я его покупал. Нет, семи раздумий сейчас. Мгм. Недельный закрыт.
The traces we leave in this world will last much longer than death.
Максимального хп. Ну что ж. Ладно. Можно и поиграть. Какой-то время. Да? Аня, бодрого дня. О, какого 0,7. Бодрого дня.
Ah, it's you, Cass. I thought you'd be too preoccupied. Precisely because of these obligations. Wouldn't all these preoccupations slow your pace?
Ой, ты знаешь, это был бы интересный контент, но с моей удачей но это не с моей удачей. Вот честно тебе скажу. Но если хочешь покрутить на стриме, есть такой стример здесь на Трова Леший, прям по-русски Леший. Вот она. Вот у нее можно покрутить, у нее удача выше. Да, конечно.
The weight of these responsibilities seems to have enhanced my reading efficiency.
У нее есть Telegram, чат, можешь там написать, связаться. Так быстрее и проще договориться будет.
I understand completely. During my time at the Grove, the closer exams drew, the more efficient. Precisely. As I remember, you and Finon were both. The courses Professor Anaxa taught, the history of mythology, taught by the blasphemous Greek. Now that I think about it, may I ask, Lady Aglaya? He openly dismisses people's faith, and drama straight in fact, as I see it. Despite his
Во всяком случае, у нее на трансляциях выкручивали
respect for his nature as a scholar.
Е6
To remain true to his principles,
эту
he is unafraid to stand up. And Anaxagoras'
Херон.
life is almost like the gods have
Е6.
chosen him.
Е6.
He was indeed chosen by Xerxes.
А,
Is some
ну,
in light of his assist.
как тебе сказать.
If Anaxagoras just as I feared.
И такие бывают люди.
Still,
Поделать.
perhaps Anaxa will also. I end up. But now, let's. You're here. Does this mean you're ready to take on Orynyx's trial? It seems that the
Пожалуйста.
sacred beast is just
Как бы я
as
тебе еще парочку мог посоветовать, но они сейчас не стримят.
surrendering
Одна стала мамой,
the Chrysos Egg. However,
вторую тоже погрязла в войне.
consider the risks
Ну,
of
по личным
accepting the
обстоятельствам
trial.
тоже.
From that point onward,
Вот кто с удовольствием на стримах у себя крутил.
it's exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir.
Тем более она сегодня будет как раз таки проводить стрим с крутками. Так что можешь даже сегодня. А нет, ты же хочешь Анаксу? Ну, договоришься, я думаю.
There are still many priests.
У нее сегодня будут крутить вот
It looks like you know that.
вот и ее. Ну, заодно посмотришь, можешь посмотреть, как это будет выглядеть.
Memories that I can't explain why. Since you've made your, it is when the dust settles. I hope that we'll have the chance.
Да, и стрим у нее начнется где-то часа через полтора. Там по гаранту забирал. Только с конусом повезло.
Mister, may everything go well for you and them. Previously, I lent her an anthology of poems that Lady Tree, although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed. No, it just contains an allegory. In a faraway land, in a city known as Styxia, it swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down, overwhelmed by grief, the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and blood. However, The author of this book is Archepia, a wandering bard who, among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. She even clearly, while flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse. It was as if she had yet to pass on and was still alive. That's right. Writing, drawing. Speaking of taking photographs, when I was helping you to take the photo previously, despite having visited many cities in Amphorius, I still understand. Forget it. Let's talk about this in the future.
Даже еще воспоминания о собой пройти. Это уже под конец трансляции. Вино-то. Свинов перейди на Фидот. Фидот-то на я. Я на все.
That's right. Oh, partner, you back. Just I wouldn't call it trouble. I just think it will be favorable if the both... Some background information for you. The Council of Elder, this is the most important Every 5 to 10 years, the Council of Elders organizes a citizens during the assembly. The representatives will vote on major issues, such as whether the Chrysos heir... That is correct. However, the problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists. We can refer to them as the opposition. During the Citizens' Assembly is just around the corner. But I'm afraid that the Council of Elders... Aglaya will surely take back Cersei's core flame. But with Anaxis Krinken, he has always been someone that is only concerned about his own research. I'm certain that he must want to... Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a betrayal. However, as I believe in his character, I plan to plead with Aglaya and try to buy more time for him. Allow me to apologize for the fact that we all go and rest and regain your... Oh, right. You can read this...
Esteemed one, Oryx is vacant if you have already made your...
Little Gray and Mem, your resolve. Get ready to the divine position of Orenic. We can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before the eighth core flame coveted by the miracle. That once it shall now be returned by the two elected heroes of the Chrysos heirs. A traveler who is who? Both of you, please. Recite along with us. O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars, we seek your divinity. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy. These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn.
Hmm?
also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor. The last time I heard this.
Don't worry, Aglaya. He's tougher than I am, right?
Traveler from beyond the sky. Let us
Although he loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, his determination is as strong as the Chrysosairs. While he's away, I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
Speak.
slap, slap, wake up. How is it? How do you... That's right. Look, look. I don't know what happened. I have such a cute voice. It must be because of all the mem... Also, listen.
Mother, it hurts.
Or next. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since we are going to help.
Memories. Broken. Mother. Where?
Mother? Who are...
You. It's you. Skyfather. And Mother is calling for you. Sky. Mother. Something important.
Oryx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always... There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Oryx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf.
Freedom. Freedom. I want freedom.
Oh, poor child. Everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can...
You have put willpower, powerful, and but just
lacking.
is
Мгм. 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 М.
Hey, I heard you two talk. She has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you. The Chrysosaurs already know everything that has happened to you.
Давай до конца.
I was too worried, so I told them everything. Please don't hate me, okay?
Mister, I'm right here. Please stay there. Just as I expected. Back at the grove,
Я что
I
всего
was
захват.
puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse. I'm sorry. I should have known. Mister,
Мгм.
if my abrupt behavior... I'm just thinking. If your soul has really left...
Cass, did you
My apologies. Not as of yet.
Мгм.
Perhaps I have over... But, mister, would... I have never touched the... I seem to have caught a glimpse of something, but perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If yours clues... the connection has been severed. It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, mister. Although we currently have no... I know that I'm lacking in Amphorius. Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. Also, please
Да.
accept this Styxian fable.
Много диалогов. О, нужно. Сюда мы, сюда мы. Мгм.
They're here.
That partner! Hyacinth said you do. Well, at least you look no different.
You've completed the trial of time. And I have to admit that the process went... However, I never expected that.
That's what we have been talking about. Mighty has been in Akuma for such a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body?
Many have had this idea, but so nevertheless, now is Cypher. I'll try and get her to return to Akuma, but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. It is my duty, but before...
What's wrong, Aglaya?
Omens always come in pairs. It's Anaxagoras. He has a new...
In the end.
I earnestly hope that you're otherwise. The efforts of my teacher and I of the past millennium.
I'm back here again. I remember this dream. This realm is covered in a silk-like...
Hey! Excuse me!
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps they're just distract...
Tell me, which Titan reign...
Hand of Shadow Thanos.
Not
Then where is this? River of Souls?
the Netherrealm Titan. Rejects. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled feet. I look in the direction they are pointing and listen close. The sound of... I can hear it. I hear it. Deep within a voice. About...
Child of humanity. Is it death's embrace you... Oh, you have awoken. Your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected.
How much longer can my consciousness...
In my estimation, at... What is it? Are you...
On the contrary. Stop giggling. It's time for...
Let me ask you one more
What
about that white-haired student of yours?
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson.
You truly are a strict teacher.
Of course. This is how I've always been.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lord Alexanderus. It's been a while, Lord Anaxagoras. I greet you on behalf of all...
It's you.
By carefully into lantern above.
There are Antikytherians here? They have been a rare sight.
I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus, holding an honorary position within the council.
You
know about us. We Antikytherians proceed just as I am conscious that Lady Aglaya is secretly listening in.
The demigod should know better, for such is her station. Spare those poor threats, and just let her listen.
May I interpret this?
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage. As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with Orynyx's fall, any attempt to while I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy. Let's forego the formality of a...
Very well. She's been waiting. Follow me, please.
Nothing really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to dawn.
A pondering
Леший просто лучший. Его за победу.
on our side.
В этом
While
нелегком
all
поединке.
beings must ultimately face their demise, carefully has yet to...
Are you suggesting that carefully?
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process. And in contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time.
An intriguing concept. Albeit...
Perhaps the gods in their arrogance deemed it beneath them to reveal the perspective.
Could you...
Circes, the kin of the Sky Father as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain.
Oh.
That very well could be true.
In that case,
It's worth a try. Because I completely concur with you. Please, Professor.
The children of humanity have...
Welcome to Dawn Cloud. The atmosphere here carries a greatest only esteemed beings grace this place. And among them, I've received...
once deemed a blasphemer, now a surrogate for...
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. In the meanwhile...
I'm well aware of...
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan.
Save your concerns.
Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my port.
Off you go. This Titan appears to be quite at ease.
Be aware. I can hear...
О,
Make sure you keep it safe.
тут же еще и должно быть.
Professor Nesta! Over here!
О, новые головоломки. Так. 7. Раз, два, три, 4, 5, 6, 7. Раз, два, три, 4, 5, 7. Раз, два, 7. Не. Задача решена.
I want to make something with it. But what to make?
Ловлю. Золотые оладьи. Давайте.
You could say it's the.
It's only the Kremnoans and so are you
Tell me, how?
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and yet when the crown prince ascended to godhood and repelled the black tide, she immediately altered her tune, declaring that all was resolved.
No surprises there.
Being an opportunist,
Shouldn't you be searching for
I was really curious to see how you would. But it seems as though this kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so,
I'm afraid you.
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems.
Looks like my presence here is quite unwelcome.
А.
Puzzles like this in books.
Hmm?
Make sure you keep it safe.
Anaxagoras. I thought that you had died.
As Kephales's priest, are you not...
Surely you jest. Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawn Cloud, so you'd better keep your
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of...
You. Seeing how fond of you...
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seemed...
Oh my, what a thrilling
Are you praising...
Praising him, of course. As a...
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave.
I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
My.
Every plant, every tendril.
As a result, mere more.
This mural is quite...
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself.
Of course I find... For all we know, this...
I, for one...
Was this the
Since you are aware of this...
From my perspective, this...
How do two lunatics...
Therefore, it seems that... What then?
The entire plan is stored in my memory.
One... Oh my! Even a member of the preeminence...
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is...
This is a present that my sister gave to me.
So there are other members and...
Don't you just love to pick through... It won't take long.
Oh, the black...
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either.
This...
Indeed it was.
Oh,
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as... Since all living things stemmed from the same origin.
I did, but this is absolute blasphemy. Regard your beloved. Where is she now? Send her away from the grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able...
Calm down, teacher. She's still not in the mortal... It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' equivalent exchange.
Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased.
You're right, teacher.
I am sincere.
I would...
Continue the research into souls, but you know...
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I may have lost an eye, but I have grasped the truth with my bare hands.
Who would have thought? However, this story doesn't seem to be connected.
The answer lies within the tale. If even you can... My story ends here. Now it's time for...
Unfortunately, even if I were...
Oh?
Child of humanity, remember...
Now I understand. No wonder...
Not only that, you're the only one who can...
Lord Anaxa. I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering... I have a message from Lord Lygus, Lady
Carefully. The one who created the world. If you truly...
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against them.
Isn't that the dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Don't...
student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs. And it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet, in my view, there are only right...
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead. I'll take my leave for now.
Welcome to the Demigod Council, esteemed guests.
Lord Anaxagoras, head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany. Did I miss anything?
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette, and yet, ever since... Perhaps you intend to...
Everyone?
Thank you for understanding. I am but a
No need to be humble, my...
So...
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option? Well, to that, and since you, as a Chrysos heir...
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying...
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for... But now that you're an... I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters.
Welcome back to the hub of the demigod Count. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have this tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in may the both of us carry out our duty.
Oh my.
Using death to prove myself, it's my...
What strong conviction.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted...
Well, you say that now, but surely...
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely.
Even someone like me?
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaia covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest... You're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the era crime. Talk is cheap. So you'd...
I understand. Let us decide how much we can... Continuing from the earlier topic, she is the second most experienced Chryso. Admittedly, there is ample. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and Garrett?
I believe you're aware of Castorus the Executioner. Long before I returned to Akama, as compared to a comprehensive plan with uncertain results, if you decide to cut open my chest and remove the...
At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who... However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaia are... Tell me. What?
Aglaya's authoritarianism, conceit, and arrogance have granted her unfettered control. What's more, there are many who remain silent, merely watching to see how much.
In the name of Kefali, at this stage, the Council of Elders has...
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be...
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you. As the Theoros, I have observed the following.
Oh.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of...
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are... So tell me, Anaxagoras.
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wish... However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been snow. More like at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is...
Oh?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to... If Aglaya can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire... Is this the outcome that you...
Fine. But you do best to... Unless, of course...
I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again.
Dying to know what I'm...
I mean, I'm the reason...
Easy there. I didn't bring it up with her, purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, onlookers, the true masters of Dawncloud, have always been the Theo...
Да. Тут лучше. Может быть, бабочка.
Unexpected visitor. You know, you could... I have no reason to
You may not, but Kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali, she's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust.
In my view, this individual has... Are you still willing to let him...
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always... It is please. A bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the holy mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Бабочка.
Go on ahead.
I have to admit.
Because I know that I believe... It is my hope that...
Make sure you keep it safe.
Мгм.
Honestly, this is my first time going.
What a splendid view.
Well, I don't see how this. And even though I've come this far.
I must be getting a.
Oh? Haven't you been? Alright. Or just a short hike.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If M4.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight.
Why? I know how far I can.
Fine then. I guess I.
Wait. Is that. Hey.
Huh?
Do we even.
Mhm. Mhm. Память.
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this?
Ah, yes.
Huh. It's not the black tide destroyed every last inch.
How could that even a creation of Georios? From
Hey, Cersei's.
Nias?
I just saw him. Nias.
No.
This is.
А. Мертв.
Enough about me. Did Cal?
Well.
Seems like.
House. I've never heard of this person.
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way.
Let's just hope.
Hey!
Yes. It's still you and Nias, but.
Close.
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. The souls.
What? But.
Beats me. Let's just keep going.
Know your limits.
I'm fine. If this is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing.
Mhm. Прикольно. Ссылочку. Еще ссылочку. Ок. Ссылочку. Две монетки.
Let's take a picture. Keep your sarcasm. I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all.
Calypso? No, she can't be. Hey, Cersei's. They're gone. Doesn't matter. I can do this myself. Looks like I'm nearly there now.
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? splendid gods once walked the path.
We're here. Finally. Very well then. So... I can hear it.
I hear it from the depths this time.
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you?
Yes, and we've been...
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst case scenario is that he's already been...
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. And besides, we both know Gauss's nature. A deliverer like him. What?
That reminds me.
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kind of...
Everything that I see and hear what may seem like a mundane conversation isn't true. The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. But no, I will not, because another one of my conjectures, fusing a mortal soul with that of a titan to replace...
What are you? Is that so? You don't... Events of the past. Huh. I stood at this very... Don't read... You get what I'm... But there will always be people who dream of sorts just... Yeah, there's... In any case, what would... Have you forgotten that you're talking to...
А, да, с другой стороны надо заходить.
Really now? Or you could. I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand.
Разберемся.
As you wish. Time for a vote. This is double speed. Everything in this world is bleeding. That's a bit routine. The black tide is. Anyway, never mind that for now. This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa. Might is an understatement. Anaxa, yet it is also this very. Oh, let me. By the looks of them, these scroll. Sure, go ahead. The Grove of Epiphany is as the sage of the. If we were to place the seven nearly everyone. That's why it's no use building. Newsporists primarily study that everyone considers Anaxa a blasphemy. Newsporists primarily everyone considers Anaxa a. Anaxa often, perhaps to him, it's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant part of their findings. Discourse about more esoteric subject matters in relation to Aquila. That's what I'd like to know. I have a bad feeling about this. Could there be more to what happened at the Grove? This is the Library of Philia, a place other than books written by the 7 schools. You can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here. We've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocheramists once borrowed a manuscript from a certain... Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. Whew. You've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find it. There are too many books in the Library of Philia.
19. Еще 8.
I can already see what they must have written. Anaxa. Why else would they call him the Great Performer? When Anaxa stabbed,
Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be?
they marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish. Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address. The first allegation was. Anaxa said the same thing then. Needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer, so they followed.
You claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling.
Anaxa always wears an eye patch. Every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kifili. And this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If he has really done something of that nature, then it'd indeed be sacrilegious. Thankfully, they had no way to prove it. One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge. It was only after a brief silence that he answered. Yes. I'm not sure how that controversy. By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of it. I'm talking about Anaxa's alchemy lab, hidden between the cornerstones. It's a well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding even the administrators of the Library of Philia, are restricted from with the grove in this state. I'm sure Anaxa won't be.
Ты хочешь подняться, возьми и поднимись.
This is the place. Materials for alchemical No, not even close. Huh? strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. But, now, it seems Anaxa's objective was... Danny?
Мгм.
My biggest fear. Anaxa was carrying out Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to... Do you remember when the black tide was approaching? The grove had... That's right. But what if, Professor... Put yourself in his shoes, knowing that the... Exactly. When the black tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the luminary throne? No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the manuscripts detailing all the alchemical form... Like, what? No. He's after Kefali.
Мгм.
Sir, this sky above us, it's...
Of course not. This is just an image from a... The day-night cycle has been lost to this world, so that students like you may still learn about the nights, much like how the sky above the holy city is also illuminated by...
So...
You mustn't conclude that, Anaxa. Often people know more than they let on.
Then they're just deluding themselves. We have already realized that we live in a world...
So much time has passed since you sowed the seed.
Why? Because we'll face...
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked, but above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul.
But I can, sir. I can do it.
You're right. I shall do just that. Go. Find out what we are.
Child of humanity, you didn't go to such lengths for an odd...
If I were as foolish as a Dromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and...
Before such power...
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they call me a blasphemer, Xerxes. But as I see it...
Oh? If power that rivals the Titans is what you crave...
Why stop at harnessing the source of life is what I wish to grasp. To understand, thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul... How then is a soul born?
And by the sound of it...
No. I have already drawn a conclusion.
Professor Anaxa. I'm here. His life hangs...
Of course. However, in accordance with the principle...
As you wish.
Don't you care to know?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the death type. This may be the only time I can ever...
I see.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to...
Before I begin, I must as unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical. The reason I say this is, as I've mentioned...
Anaxa?
Yes. I am but a living dead man. That's not all. Remember how I said you were...
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event.
Because that wasn't you. That was...
Calypso?
Huh? That's the name. And surely... You jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would...
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into... Use your head, Cersei's. Since all of this, the living cannot step foot into that world. So who could they be? Think about the answer is those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. Does this answer
Yes. Because
even on the off chance that you speak the truth...
I knew you, but it matters not. I know what I'm doing.
You...
Humans cannot return, but all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all...
Грандиозненько.
I have news from Hyacinth and Danhung.
Kefali? But...
That is not... He is indeed the great performer. No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found what we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled. Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Till then, it's best...
Preposterous! The Christosairs only have their standing because...
It's been a while. What is that supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that the young lord...
It has indeed been some time, Lord Gradaros.
Shh, keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous... I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low.
My bad.
Did you hear thunderclaps last... Hacker!
He's been through a lot lately. Please pardon him.
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord.
Watch out. I guessed as much. We didn't...
I figured this is something you would want to know.
You have my...
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That fish, those lackeys she keeps under...
That's her. We should get back.
By Kefali into Lent and above, as the Theoros, I have a...
Aglaya! What?
I know about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads.
What do you...
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long. This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But...
Yes, this...
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. There is no glory in winning this debate. But that makes having respect for humans so...
I appreciate what you...
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today. Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Yet, in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city where they hope to rest under Kefali's protection. All of us, we didn't have a choice in the past, but now the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our path? Now, which of the two would lead?
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness. Please, enlighten me.
Let the three titans of calamity be born, and Erechrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those
Не
titans
факт.
and Know that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on Anax, Idonia's God. With the help of these two heroes, I can promise.
Aren't they Chrysos heir?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya is unfit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos.
Век — это всего лишь век.
Castorus? Why are you
You finally arrived, and now...
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, tell me, dear citizen, if we successfully retreat and return Thanatos' core...
The answer is simple.
He's one of the seven sages.
Your proposal is much too idealistic.
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the... Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a...
If we eliminate death, citizens, let's...
After the destruction of the three titans of calamity...
This is bad.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned.
Thank you, Lady Aglaya. For Castorus, Idonia's got...
With that, I saw thereafter if we are able to...
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By Kefali, Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion at this citizens' assembly shall be modified to...
Aglaya, dear Aglaya.
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the flame chase journey had...
Hmm?
Well, it seems my apologies, everyone.
In that...
In actuality, a past...
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier.
Anaxa.
Yes, I am but a living...
Have you heard of this tale? A tale about the ocean gods? It was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean breeze and glorious peace until one day, an evil dragon descended upon the town. Its wings were large enough it barged into the tall tower and devoured the queen's beloved daughter. The queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the evil dragon by chaining it up. However, when the queen slit, it was then that a devious, smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace and suggested that the princess was reborn. The queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess. Worse still, the souls of the deceased refused entry to the Netherrealm because they were filled with regret. The terrifying death had consumed all.
Until? Oh my... It seems so. According to your story, this is how I use... And yet...
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As for what it is...
Oh my goodness.
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy this splendid
Dragon, huh?
In that case, what...
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy.
Indeed. Before I left home to pursue my education, I never even knew that anybody was looking into this area of
Therefore, we can just...
A fable, you say?
I guess it might be the concept of...
Oh? I thought the moral might to something like... What?
No. I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle.
Indeed. As expected of...
You flatter me. What?
Of course.
If I imparted my... Would you use it to resurrect?
What? What kind of string?
Let's... Oh?
Death is inevitable. If such a mighty power... After all, you, me... My time is by.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will see. It is a pity that fate...
Is there no other way?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me. My sister is prepared to How absurd. My time, what should we do?
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still...
That's right. Don't...
Trial, prophecy... But these three people must not have left their...
Amphorius is history before the Titans were born. I have long held three hypotheses.
Calypso and this warrior.
Regarding this man, Nias, are you...
Of course.
Looks like you have made...
Yes, this is the safe...
Completely separating courage.
Please, young lady, witness my
I do not understand.
Because this is our destiny. The power that furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk. A journey Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps since there's still time.
Of course. As the embodiment of Nikador's divinity, he entrusted his... That...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already... If so, the chosen one of death...
Polixia...
If this is true, as long as we...
But before that... Nikador's courage is a test...
I've heard that these... Sealed within this stat...
They use their own... Lord Nias is honored.
I believe that his...
Before we fought...
Honor.
And fight.
Cheer up, young lady.
Oh, farewell.
No.
That's game.
As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains...
To be honest, I am just...
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this... And now I have reached the...
But when you depart, the more separation and death...
Finally, the first time I returned from the battlefield, the calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. It was late into the night, but it was a crazed skull. Do you think that it'd be better if, to my surprise?
To someone who is currently Now please, go away and don't...
Are you trying to say that there...
That's exactly what... Therefore, young lady...
The embodiment of...
It is time for me to... When that moment finally comes...
I knew this day would have... Polixia, I'm here. What? prophecy, and according to our vows, once it all ends,
Сэмми. Вернуть им.
Prophesized. Let me do it, sister. Let me be death sacrifice. I was the one who wasted.
I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination and looked back at the... It was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flowers. Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I...
How could my memories of you...
Well then, what exactly are we? I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of how ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it. This is... We're twins. All right, my dear Polixia. It's time to extract. After that, use it to plant the first...
If I imparted my knowledge, would you use it?
Death. If such a mighty power, even now. This is why, in the prophesized new world, go now. Return to the ocean god. I shall open wide the entrance to the nether realm. And remember, do not look back on ask for the price of
Печальненько.
Everybody, we've come to the end. Unfortunately, I'm certain of this now. Before the titans that we are well acquainted with were born, a group of just like the flame chase journey of today.
What a startling revelation.
О,
This
увидите эльфа.
means that the demigods, who bear the core flames, will also become the new titans at the world's end. Thereby
I believe that this is the truth behind.
Besides, those twins in the past, even if they really
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that in our world, there exists a city which...
But the people there worship Vagusa and bear no relation.
Take this.
This is...
The new sporist masterpiece. The Philosopher's Stone. Remember? I've mentioned before that the art of alchemy is all about conversion, tempering. Think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your...
You still look as
simple. I shall merely... However, my line of thinking will not fail. Actions speak louder than words, Castoris.
I've already searched for so long. But before I leave...
That was the world imprinted. If we are to prove its existence, you must take the...
I understand.
Hey, child.
Don't get antsy. As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up...
Сэмми любит переворачивать столы. И запишет.
If so,
why not? When I was a child, I lost someone. Now I'm merely forsaking my...
Why are you all...
This is but a...
Can someone who's dead...
Леший запустил стримчик.
No.
Сейчас дойдем до логического конца. Делаем рейд Лешей. Остальное все смотрим в пятницу.
Lady Aglaia, you know that the core flame of death has always been the great... Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kindness. They want to suspend the trial once Thanatos' core flame is reclaimed. But I know this runs counter to your wishes. So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, honestly, the Titan could be very near.
Well said. You already had every reason to... A world without death.
If fate dictates that my path must... Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first...
I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Stixia. I visited that place in the past. Go. Castorus.
Ну, кстати, сейчас шанс получить поида намного выше стал. Но меня сейчас больше всего радует Жуан Мэй 2. Отлично. Ну, остальное будет в пятницу. Продолжим квестик. Три истории. Всего будет 5 голов. 4 или 5. Сумеречный двор. И у нас еще в Геншине есть сумеречный двор. Совпадение? Не думаю. Еще остается раз, два, три. Еще 5 персонажей. Куда должны встать. Ну, цифер. Угу. 5 глав будет. Еще один пункт должен, да? В этой версии. Хорош. Достижение. прыжком. В итоге. Опять круто. Так. Ну, окей. Что ж, проверю. Значит, посмотрим, как она будет там. Ну, что, наверное, будет. Вперед. И с песней.